Hey, welcome to Vice-Grip Garage. I'm your unreliable host, Derek, and this is my 1965 Chevrolet C10.
For years, Derek Bieri built a name that every car enthusiast admired. From rusty shells to roaring engines, he transformed wrecks into treasures on Vice-Grip Garage, inspiring millions with his hands-on skill, humor, and relentless passion. Fans loved him not just for the cars he saved, but for the man behind the wrench. Genuine, hardworking, and unafraid to tackle the impossible. But lately, whispers have spread across social media. Rumors claim Derek's life has fallen apart, that his garage is empty, his passion faded, and the man who once brought hope to neglected cars is now struggling just to keep going. Fans wonder, what happened to the creator who seemed unstoppable? Why is his world suddenly being described as sad? The truth is far more complex and far more human than headlines suggest. Derek's journey isn't about failure. It's about change, choices, and the realities of balancing life, family, and a career built under the relentless eyes of millions. Behind the camera, away from the glitz of restoration reveals and YouTube views, he's navigating challenges that no one sees. Relocation, privacy, and a desire to protect the life he loves outside the spotlight. This is the story of Derek Bieri now, the man beyond the wrench, beyond the garage, beyond the screen. What's really happening in his life today will surprise you, and the truth is far from the sad rumors circulating online. Derek Bieri isn't just a YouTuber. He's a storyteller, a mechanic, and a man who turned a simple love for cars into a world-famous brand. Vice-Grip Garage wasn't born out of luck. It was born out of sweat, determination, and a vision that few could see at first. Derek had a talent for breathing life into old, forgotten vehicles. But more than that, he had a way of connecting with people. Every video, every project, every challenge wasn't just about the car, it was about the journey, the process, and the human effort behind it. Fans fell in love with the honesty of it, the humor and the resilience that Derek brought to every restoration. But as time passed, Derek's life began to shift in ways the cameras didn't capture. While the channel continued to grow, the pressures behind the scenes mounted. Running a brand on YouTube is more than filming cars and making jokes, it's marketing. Managing a team, logistics, sponsorships, and audience expectations that never stop. Derek had to make choices that weren't glamorous. That sometimes meant stepping away from the camera, selling vehicles that fans loved, or relocating his operations for practical reasons. It wasn't failure, it was survival. The kind of difficult decisions that creators rarely show on screen. He moved from Minnesota to Tennessee, a change that sparked rumors online. Some fans said it was the end, that Derek was struggling, that the garage was empty and the man who inspired millions was now lost. But in reality, the move was about balance. Derek wanted to protect his family, reduce costs, and build a life that allowed him to continue creating without burning out. He wanted a space where he could work year-round, where winters wouldn't freeze progress, and where he could pass on his knowledge in a safer, more sustainable environment. Despite the changes, Derek's passion never wavered. He still wakes up thinking about projects, about ways to fix, restore, and inspire. He still pores over Craigslist listings, auctions, and barn finds, seeing potential where others see junk. But now, he does it quietly, away from the chaos of social media scrutiny. Every car he touches carries a bit of his story, a bit of his heart, and a reminder of why he started in the first place. The public sees the finished product, a restored Mustang, a shining Camaro, or a barn find that looks brand new. What they don't see is the meticulous work, the late nights, the moments of doubt, and the sacrifices that come with running a small empire in an industry that demands constant attention. Derek's story is not one of sadness, it's one of resilience. It's the story of a man who chose to keep creating, keep learning, and keep inspiring even when life demanded. More than just passion. Fans may look at the quiet periods on his channel and assume decline, but Derek knows something they don't. Life isn't always about visibility. Sometimes the most important progress happens behind the scenes, in decisions made for long-term survival rather than instant gratification. And while rumors say his life is sad, the truth is the opposite. Derek's life is a testament to the challenges of maintaining creativity, independence, and family in a world that rarely slows down. He isn't done. Not even close. Derek Bieri is still building, still dreaming, and still proving that success isn't measured by constant uploads or flashy headlines. It's measured by the love for what you do and the people you do it for. And as he moves forward, every car he restores, every project he undertakes, and every life he touches is a living reminder that his story is far from over. Behind the camera, Derek Bieri's life is a balancing act few outsiders understand. Fans see the finished restorations, the excitement, the humor, and the triumphs, but they rarely see the cost. Every vehicle represents more than hours of labor. It represents time stolen from family, energy spent juggling deadlines, and a constant battle against burnout. While the world cheers for the shiny, polished result, Derek is often alone in the garage at night, thinking about the decisions he's made and the sacrifices he's forced to accept. Relocating from Minnesota to Tennessee was one of the most difficult choices of his life. It meant leaving behind a community, a familiar workspace, and friends who had become part of the ViceGrip family. Fans assumed the move was a retreat, a sign that he was struggling, but the truth was far more grounded. Derek wanted to create stability for himself and his loved ones. He wanted a climate where work wasn't frozen by snow, where projects could progress uninterrupted, and where his family could thrive without the constant intrusion of online attention. To outsiders, it might look like a decline. But to Derek, it was a lifeline. Even in Tennessee, the work is relentless. Auctions, barn finds, and car parts become a puzzle he must solve daily. He spends hours negotiating deals, sourcing hard-to-find parts, and teaching his team the nuances of restoration. Yet, despite the effort, some fans criticize him for uploading less frequently. They don't realize that his time away from the camera allows him to craft higher-quality content and sustain his business over the long term. Derek understands that growth isn't always public. It often happens quietly, behind the scenes, where dedication and patience outweigh flashy videos and viral moments. The emotional toll is real. There are days when Derek questions whether he made the right choices. Selling beloved cars to fund new projects feels like losing a piece of himself. He worries about disappointing fans who have followed his journey for years. And yet, in those moments of doubt, he reminds himself why he started. Each car he restores is a testament to his skill, creativity, and unyielding passion. It is proof that he can transform something broken into something extraordinary, not just in metal, but in life. Derek's personal life adds another layer of complexity. Away from the public eye, he prioritizes family. He spends time mentoring young mechanics, supporting loved ones, and finding balance in a life that can easily spiral into chaos. These small, quiet victories are invisible to the camera, but they sustain him. Every laugh shared in the workshop, every story told over a meal, every moment of guidance is part of the legacy he is building, a legacy far richer than YouTube views or subscriber counts. Rumors online claim Derek's life is sad, or that he's struggling to hold on to ViceGrip Garage. In truth, his story is one of resilience. It is about adapting to life's unpredictable challenges, staying committed to one's craft, and finding meaning beyond the screen. Derek's journey reminds us that success isn't always loud or immediate. Sometimes it is quiet, steady, and full of unseen victories that matter more than public recognition. Ultimately, Derek Bieri continues to defy expectations, not because the world watches, but because he is driven by passion. He is still building, still dreaming, and still showing millions of viewers that dedication, integrity, and love for what you do are what truly define a life well lived. And while the headlines may speculate, the truth is clear. Derek's story is far from over, and every day he steps into the garage, he proves that he's only just getting started. Even with success and recognition, Derek Bieri faces struggles that the public rarely sees. Behind every camera angle, every polished vehicle, and every viral video lies a man navigating the pressures of fame, business, and personal responsibility. It's a balancing act that most fans can't imagine, one that often leaves him questioning whether the choices he's made were right. Relocating to Tennessee, stepping back from daily uploads, and restructuring the business weren't failures, they were decisions made out of necessity. Yet even necessary decisions come with sacrifices, and the emotional weight can be exhausting. Some days, Derek walks through the empty garage in silence, listening to the echoes of engines that used to roar, tools that once clanged nonstop, and the laughter of friends who helped build the ViceGrip family. Memories flood in, the first big project that put him on the map. The countless late nights spent restoring a vehicle nobody else believed could be saved. The thrill of delivering a car to a client's beaming face. Those moments are comforting, yet they also sting, a reminder that time moves on and circumstances change. What once was simple has become complicated. Online speculation has intensified this feeling. Social media users post screenshots, draw conclusions, and spread rumors about Derek's sad life or fading career. Comments speculate that his channel is dying or that he's lost his spark. For someone who built an empire out of creativity and perseverance, these whispers are painful. They reduce years of hard work to a headline, a meme, or a fleeting thought on someone's feed. But Derek knows better. He understands that success isn't measured by the constant approval of strangers, nor by viral metrics. It's measured by integrity, passion, and the lives he touches along the way. Family and friends have been a lifeline. Away from cameras and fans, Derek spends hours mentoring young mechanics, teaching the value of patience, precision, and respect for the craft. Each lesson is a legacy, a way to pass on knowledge that isn't just about cars, but about work ethic, problem solving, and perseverance. His family also provides grounding, a sense of normalcy that counters the whirlwind of online attention. Simple dinners, evening walks, and shared laughs remind him that life is bigger than views, likes, and comments. The truth about Derek Bieri's life today is layered. Yes, the pace has changed. Yes, priorities have shifted. But this isn't sadness. It's evolution. It's a man choosing stability over chaos, quality over quantity, and personal fulfillment over external validation. Derek is learning that life doesn't always have to be on display to be meaningful. Some victories are private, some achievements invisible, and some success is measured only by the smile on a student's face or the gleam of a freshly restored engine. Derek's resilience is also evident in how he navigates public perception. He doesn't respond to every rumor or speculation. Instead, he channels energy into projects that matter. Every vehicle rebuilt, every video thoughtfully produced, and every skill shared with the next generation is proof that his story continues stronger and more meaningful than ever. He has not let doubt or online noise derail him. In the end, Derek Bieri's journey is a reminder that life is complex and appearances are deceiving. What looks like struggle may be strategy. What seems like decline may be redirection. And what the world mislabels as sad can actually be strength, resilience, and quiet triumph. Derek's story is far from over. Every day, every restoration, and every challenge is a testament to a man who refuses to let circumstance define him. The real Vice Grip Garage isn't just a channel, it's a reflection of a life rebuilt again and again. And Derek is leading the way, even after the toughest days. Derek Bieri continues to wake up with a sense of purpose that few can comprehend. Life may have shifted in ways that fans misinterpret, but Derek knows what truly matters: the craft, the community he's built, and the family who anchors him when the world seems overwhelming. Every morning, he steps into the garage with a renewed commitment, not to fame, not to views, not to speculation, but to the work he loves and the people he cares about. The move to Tennessee was more than just a change of scenery. It was a conscious decision to create a space where creativity could thrive without distraction. Derek now works in an environment where he can focus on projects year-round, mentor his team, and plan for the future without the constant pressure of online scrutiny. In interviews, he speaks quietly about his new approach: balancing life and work, maintaining quality over quantity, and staying true to the principles that built Vice Grip Garage from the ground up. For Derek, every restoration is a chance to prove that dedication matters more than trends, and integrity matters more than likes. Family remains at the heart of everything he does. Away from the cameras, Derek spends time teaching life lessons alongside car restoration. He shows his children and apprentices how patience, care, and perseverance can turn even the most neglected vehicle into something remarkable. Each story he shares about his own mistakes, successes, and learnings becomes a blueprint for others, proof that failure is temporary and growth is permanent. These moments may not be broadcast to millions, but for Derek, they are the most meaningful victories of all. Derek also faces the ongoing challenge of public perception. Rumors that he's struggling or that his life has become sad still circulate online. Yet he refuses to let these whispers dictate his reality. Instead, he channels energy into creating content that is authentic and honest. A single video showing a rusty engine transformed into a showpiece is more than entertainment, it's a statement. It's proof that passion, hard work, and vision endure regardless of what others may say. Every subscriber, every comment, and every viewer who learns from his approach becomes a part of this living legacy. There are quiet moments that even Derek struggles with. He reflects on missed opportunities, old friends, and projects left unfinished. Sometimes the weight of responsibility feels heavy, but these reflections fuel his growth rather than hinder it. Derek has learned that life's challenges are not signs of defeat. They are invitations to adapt, to innovate, and to focus on what truly matters. And through this lens, every setback becomes a lesson. Every criticism becomes a guide. And every day becomes a chance to rebuild. The truth about Derek Bieri's life now is simple. It is full, meaningful, and resilient. He has navigated the pressures of fame, business, and personal life with grace, and he continues to thrive by following his passion, protecting his family, and mentoring the next generation. What the world may label as sad is, in reality, a life rich with purpose and authenticity. Derek's story serves as a reminder that appearances can be deceiving. Life is rarely measured by what is visible online. It is measured by the care, dedication, and love invested in every endeavor. He continues to inspire, not by chasing trends or sensationalism, but by living a life grounded in authenticity and perseverance. And as long as he steps into the garage, turns a wrench, and shares his knowledge, Derek Bieri proves that a life rebuilt with passion and purpose can never truly be broken.